Alright, what's going on, man? We got a market recap today for Tuesday, June 7th. And unfortunately, once again, it's another day where I am not proud of my executions. Um, Even though I was 100% correct, exactly what I wanted to see happen today, and exactly what I needed for an entry happened. And it should have been a winning trade. Should have been a winning trade. These evals should be half passed. And the biggest thing, man, is just for whatever reason, I am just in a fearful state of mind right now. Um, it's not because I don't think I don't know what I'm doing in terms of trading. Obviously, I have documented proof of success, that I know what I'm doing. And I truly think this is just part of scaling up, which is a little bit weird because I initially scaled up to 3 accounts and on that first set got a payout. Um, my first time trading 3 sets, copy trading 3 accounts together. I just think the amount of money that I'm spending on evals right now, it's just $300 per set of attempts, and it's just gotten to my head a little bit and put me in a fearful state, because I'm down. I'm all in $900 or so, and that might not sound like a lot to you. And I mean, my payout was 3.5K, and just because I put down $900, $1,000 on evals, like, I'm literally still positive on my return on investment going back to my last payout. And I realize that these are just business expenses, but I've started to unfortunately, I've started to create a little bit of bad habits. And that's the thing, is you can break your rules in trading and it might not be the end of the world, but you just don't know how it's going to snowball. Something incredibly small, which led to me blowing the accounts that I had on Alpha Futures. And something incredibly small, such as taking a trade after 11 a.m., not having trade barriers set in place for myself, that led to me blowing those accounts because I got emotional because I broke my rules one time. And then I get on these evals and I'm trying to get back to the XFA stage really fast, and I blow 2 sets on trades that I shouldn't have been taking. Why am I taking them? Because I'm a little bit more emotional. And it's just dug the hole a little deeper to where I'm putting up more money and expenses for these accounts, and in turn that's made me more emotional. And it all started with one day of just breaking my rules, and it has snowballed. And it's not like I am, hurting for money right now. I'm a really financially responsible person. I also have a lot of goals financially with investments that I want to make. And how do you make more investments to make your money grow for you? Well, you have to have capital and money to invest in the first place. Um, Not that matters for you guys. I'm just running through my thoughts right now. It's just like all these little things have added up to making me more emotional and more fearful. And if you're trading and you're executing out of a state of fear, a fearful mindset, you will never, hear me when I say this, if you are operating out of a state of fear within the marketplace, you will never find success. That's why I think it took me so long to become profitable, because I was operating out of a state of fear. What if it doesn't work? Right? In order to be successful within the marketplace, and in order to think objectively and clearly without emotion, you have to be in an abundant mindset. And I'm just not in that flow state mentality right now. And so it's led me to execute how I'm not supposed to. Because our human nature is to protect ourselves from what we see as fearful. Our human nature is designed to protect ourselves. What's fearful? Blowing another set of accounts right now for me, hitting my stop loss. That's what's quote unquote fearful for me right now. So what does my human nature do? I go break even early, and I'll get over the trade. I'll go over the exact trade and executions here. But I go break even early because I'm trying to protect myself out of a state of fear rather than actually waiting for my break even point to get hit. And after it does get, and then I get stopped at break even. You can see I have it circled here. Went break even early before the internal low got taken, out of a state of fear. What if this trade just goes against me? That takes over. I go break even early, get break even to basically to the tick, and this is what I deserve, dude. And then we come down to the break even to the internal low where I should have went break even. We even gave another retrace, but it never would have hit my break even point here. And then what do? We flush and deliver down to the sell side liquidity, which is the obvious draw for the day. And today was one of those expansion days where it's so clear what the market is doing, and I'm just, you're just praying for an entry. And those are the days where you want to be slapping on heavy risk, because when you know exactly where the market wants to go, the draw and liquidity is incredibly clear, the high time frames are displacing, and you're basically kind of just sitting here praying that the market gives you an entry before, it dumps without you. Like today is textbook. It is so incredibly textbook, and I think it's like I didn't blow accounts today, but I got emotional, and what did I do? I did enter down here farther into the range. Now, thankfully, it didn't come back to bite me, and these accounts weren't blown, but like after taking this initial draw here, what do? I took another entry down here. Very risky. Like, this is the definition of chasing price. The main draw on liquidity has already been taken. We have not yet showed that we want to continue past this low. All we've done is wick it out. And I entered around here. Went break even at the internal low. Boom, next candle opens up, stops at break even, then it continues lower. I don't even deserve to be making money on this trade, but that's me just being emotional after this right here, because I know that I should have half passed these evals and I should have had a winning trade today, but I can't, and I don't, because I'm more emotional right now for whatever reason, dude. For whatever reason, I'm not in that state of abundance, and my human nature, my subconscious mind took over. And that's not an excuse, right? It is me. It is my fault. I'm the only person to blame. I'm just saying, when you're operating out of a state of fear because, I've already blown, or I'm already down 3 sets of accounts on evals, like, it's getting pretty pricey. I don't want to blow this set, do I? And so you're already coming into the market operating out of a state of fear, which leads to you making mistakes. And that's the whole point of this video. With that being said, like, I'll just run through the bias. Hopefully you, if you're watching this video, you caught shorts this morning because they were incredibly clear. Daily bias coming into the morning. This is what we look like. SMT at the highs. We're still holding this daily civvy. Swept out liquidity yesterday. Started to make our way down lower. Wanted to see continuation. We have all this stacked sell side here. Coming into the 1 hour, the 1 hour was holding this 1 hour gap. Just everything was bearish about this, wanting to see continuation lower. That's exactly what we got. Off market open, I was looking to take this trade to this first sell side liquidity. Market opens here, we get a huge retracement. And just the way that the market structure played out, there just wasn't an opportunity for me to go short. I was honestly considering putting on a market open limit order for shorts had this 15-minute candle before, like the 15-minute candle as market is opening, the 9:15 close. If this had closed below this internal low here, that's kind of like the higher time frame market structure shift. If it had closed below the internal low, like down here, I would have slapped on a limit order, knowing that the market open candle is likely going to be volatile and give some sort of retracement. Um, and so I was literally sitting here watching, waiting for this candle to close. It would have been something like this, just a limit order here within the range where I'm content with the risk, safe stop loss above the highs, and it would have played out, but I wasn't able to do that. Not something I would normally do, but literally everything else was already aligned, and that was the last bit of confirmation that I needed. We didn't get that, and after we give this huge retrace higher, in order to take a valid trade to this sell side liquidity, because we've already swept out this internal low, I would need to see closes below this market open wick that was just put in, and like there's just no way to get a trade after that. So after this happens, I want to see if we're going to continue lower, because I realize we have all this sell side liquidity still below. And it looks like it could potentially be an expansion day. What do I need to see? I need to see some high time frame closes below these internal lows, below these initial lows, to confirm that we're going lower. What do? We give a retrace. We then come back down. 5-minute candle closes below this sell side liquidity, also below the internal low that was put in. Textbook lower high, lower low. Like, good 5-minute candle close. I then place a limit order with a 1.2 RR risk to reward. After this 5-minute candle close, the next one opens. We come up, give a retrace. I'm entered short. We ended up opening up this 5-minute gap. We hold it, and like I said, like the break-even point after giving this retrace for my entry is coming back down to this internal low that was put in, and yeah, went break-even early. You can see we never took the internal low. We never took it on NQ either. I even had, this is MNQ. I even had NQ pulled up to see if NQ took it. NQ didn't take it. I still went break even early out of fear. And I've already said, like, had I actually waited, I would have taken a winning trade. And all I needed was a 0.75 because of the way that I risk on evals, and that was right there. Like, it's just really frustrating, dude, because the evals that I've blown have been on trades that, in all honesty, like, I shouldn't be taking. And it's me looking for any reason to take a trade, just trying to pass these fast. And I can't even, like, this is A+ textbook, like, and I'm not even executing to the best of my ability. So with that being said, I think I'm going to probably take some time off away from the charts to just completely reset. I think it's important as a trader to realize how you are feeling and to be in tune with your own emotions, and to understand yourself. I understand that right now I am not operating in a profitable way as a trader, and so what good is it going to do me to come into the market tomorrow probably with heightened emotions because of what happened today? I just don't want it to continue to snowball and snowball and snowball. So I think the best thing that I can honestly do right now is to just take the rest of the week off of trading, honestly. And it sucks because I'm a super driven person, and I love analyzing the markets, and I love putting out videos on these YouTube channel on YouTube. I love to grow my social media, and that's really, I can't really do that if I'm not trading. But like, ultimately, what is the goal of trading? It's not to grow on social media. It's to hone in the skill and to make money through the markets. And the best thing that I think I can do right now is to just take a step away, because the market is not going anywhere. This skill that I have, nobody is going to take it from me if I take a week off of trading. All it's going to do, I think, is just help my mental and my psychology. And yeah, I think I'm going to read. Give me 1 second. I think I'm going to read Trading in the Zone. This is a book that I've had for a while. I've never read it start to finish. I've probably gotten through half of it, and that was over a year ago, probably. By Mark Douglas. This is like the only trading psychology book that I think you will need. Or if you don't want to read, you can just look up some of his lectures online. Um, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna focus on my psychology, dude. Like, because the charts, the structural data analysis is not what is making me struggle right now. I made the last video that I posted, like, the losses that I'm taking on evals aren't part of my strategy. The losses that I took on the last, when I blew up on the last set of accounts on alpha, were not part of my strategy. And maybe it's me feeling like I have to always succeed because I am posting on social media. I don't really know where this is coming from. All I know is that the ball is rolling in the wrong direction right now, and I want to stop it before it gets any worse. Um, because you just cannot operate objectively when you are in a fearful state. It's just impossible, dude. It's impossible. You will never succeed. You won't. And that's what this whole book goes over, is that right there. And that's what keeps people in the unprofitable stage. And yeah, so this is a long video, longer than it needs to be, but that's the market recap for me. Textbook day, wasn't personally able to profit off of it because of myself and my emotions. And the next market recap might not be until next week. Just wanting to reset, dude, because look, I have this skill, dude. I have this skill and nobody is going to go take it away from me. It's literally just me and my mind. It's me versus my mind right now. And am I making this a bigger deal than it needs to be? Probably. I probably am. Because ultimately, dude, it's not that serious. It's not that serious. I'm just in my own head a little bit. And like I said, I just want I feel like I need to take a step back, and so that's what I'm gonna do. And just reset, because I know it is not my strategy. I know it is not my analysis that is holding me back right now. And yes, it might take a little bit longer to start making money again, taking this week off, but ultimately, who cares if it's going to help me in the long run? And I just, I'm so tired of stressing. I don't want to stress about candlesticks on a chart. It just, like, recently, the stress levels have been higher while I'm trading, and it's like that's the complete opposite of what it should be. And it's no fun to just sit here and stress for no reason. You can't even enjoy the rest of your day sometimes, especially if you break your rules and blow evals on something that you know you shouldn't be taking. Like, it's just no fun. And so, yeah, I'm gonna stop yapping. That's the market recap. I'm gonna take a step back and just work on my mental a little bit. And it sucks to say, um, it would be nice if trading was a straight up linear process, but it's just not. You got highs and lows all the way. Highs and lows. If you zoom out, it's generally up and to the right. Um, but there's going to be dips along the way, and this is just one of those dips, man. There's no way around it. It depends on the person. Some people might be better at scaling up and increasing their size. But for me, I'm just at that threshold, that max threshold right now. I feel like where this is all just a byproduct of scaling up. Like I said, because there's more expenses it's more of an investment. The business expenses are greater whenever you're buying more accounts. So if I can just take a step back and reset, get my mind right, and solely focus on the executions, there's nothing stopping me. Nothing stopping me. But yeah, want to keep this as transparent as possible. And yeah, man, I don't know if I got anything else to say. That's the market recap. Appreciate you watching, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.